What? And a 2 and a 3. Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha is Real podcast. I am your host Edith.
And I'm Angel.
And we are super excited to be back like always after such a great episode last week.
Yeah, I feel like last episode I had fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I had so much fun, even though some of the questions were interesting and raunchy and whatever, and some of them were deep.
Yeah.
We had all kinds of questions, but I had so much fun going through them, and I think the audience did too, because I feel like we got a lot of positive feedback.
Yes, and I hope you guys got to know us a little bit better. I mean, a lot better, honestly.
A little bit deeper.
Definitely. But it was, I really liked it. Maybe we'll do it another.
Yeah, we should do another one.
Maybe in a couple months or something, once we grow more people and more people want to
participate.
Maybe, yeah.
By the way, if you are listening or watching us and you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go follow us at La Lucha is Real podcast on Instagram, because that's where we're going to be engaging with you guys the most, because we'll probably be doing polls, questions. That's actually how we did the questions for this last episode. Everybody submitted their questions through our story. We had the little question thing, or it was a link or whatever.
It was an app that so it could be completely
anonymous. Yeah. Which we have no idea who asked what. I'm still trying to figure out who asked if I eat ass. Trying to expose us over here.
I know.
It wasn't my
sister.
Hey, I thought stop it. Hey, I'm over here Iris, let me find out it was you.
I literally thought it was Iris.
I thought so too, but it wasn't her. So whoever it was, you funny. You funny. But anyways, yeah, go follow us at La Lucha is Real podcast on Instagram. That's where we're going to be engaging with you guys the most. And we hope to do more of this stuff.
I feel like it was so much fun that time.
It was so much fun. And we got a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people said it was their favorite episode.
I know.
But all the chismosos.
Okay, let me tell you something. So I usually, I keep up with how many views we get a day and everything like that. So far I think we have 4 episodes out already. So I kind of I have an average of how many views we get a day based on each episode. Bro, so this last episode we got a little bit over average, and
hey, but the view to like ratio,
that's what was sus.
I was like, nah, there was people definitely peeping. They were trying to go find out the cheese man.
I already know, girl.
People were trying to go find out. Hey, if you're watching, go ahead and hit like.
Yes.
Show us some love.
And then leave a comment down below.
Yeah,
please.
leave us a comment.
Hi.
Say hi. Let us know what you like the most. What made you laugh the most?
Exactly. What can you relate to? I don't know. Talk to us, girl.
Yeah, talk to us. We friends, remember? We friends.
But yeah, it was very sus, the view to ratio.
Yeah. Hey, but it was so much fun. I can't wait to do something like that. Definitely have to do something like that again.
Like I said, in a couple months, and we'll probably do it again. So just make sure to follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, follow us. Dude, can you believe we're already halfway through the month?
Bro, I feel 2023 just started yesterday.
And we're already halfway through January.
And this is our 5th episode. I was going to say 4th. 5th episode.
Fifth. I can't speak. I can't spoke.
It's that skinny girl margarita vodka thing that got me on.
Hey, we try to be healthy, okay?
She's trying to get me healthy. I swear to you guys that tastes like kombucha.
No, it tastes
nasty kombucha.
It tastes earthy.
Not even the good kombucha. She got me some.
It's skinny girl margarita. Hey, but it tastes a little earthy.
I mean, it's hidden. Con unos traguitos más ya no ni le voy a agarrar sabor.
Yeah. But crazy, honestly, we've had an interesting first few weeks of the brand new year. First of all, the weather.
Yes.
If you live on the West Coast, the weather has been interesting.
It's crazy.
Dude, my prayer. I don't. Is California doing better now? Yeah, right?
It was Northern California that was having a lot of
that was crazy. I was looking at the TikToks and I'm like,
I saw this one TikTok about this guy. He was working at Planet Fitness overnight, and the just starts nobody was there because of the weather, but he had to be there because of the shift. And bro, y que de repente it starts flooding. Yes. Like, it starts legit flooding, like, all the machines and everything. Like, and he went from, like, standing on a chair to having to stand, you know, on the, what is it,
hey,
the Stairmaster? All the way to the top because the water was coming up that much.
Stop.
Yes, bro.
Homeboy did not clock out.
He's a trooper.
He's a trooper. He was like, I'm trying to get a raise.
It's because the thing about it is que para donde iba a ir? When the water level was that high. Like, it's not like he'd go to his car and and drown in his car at that point, because if it was that high.
Oh, damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
This weather, and then, bro, the Miley Cyrus and Shakira songs.
Oh my god.
Hey, but they catchy.
Hey, those songs, I feel like, I can buy myself flowers. I can't sing that, but I wish I could, because I fucking love this song.
That song's on
Both
replay.
Both of them.
Yeah. Shakira, I'm like, girl, you do what you gotta do.
I'm like, y sabes que mucho lo está criticando because they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, you should.
Doing what?
My dad is one of them.
Wait,
like,
reverse.
Yeah, like,
she shouldn't be doing what?
Exactly.
Exposing a trash man?
Exactly. That it gets it's bad because of the kids and everything like that. And I get it. The kids are kind of caught in the middle of everything, and it sucks. But he's a fucking trash man. Like, he should have known better before doing what he did.
Yeah, I don't like when people victim blame.
Yeah. Because,
like, she's the one who was cheated on.
Exactly.
And, like, and people are saying, like, oh, she shouldn't have done that. No, bro, homeboy got caught by la prensa. Yeah, he got caught cheating.
Exactly.
So people should be saying, not like, hey, she shouldn't have done that. They should have said, he shouldn't have done that, because the kids are going to see this.
Exactly. And his mistress was over here eating Shakira's food.
Oh my God.
That's what makes me the most, like mad. Like, she was eating her food. Don't mess with my fucking food, bitch. Like, you're catching hands at that point.
Hey, you're like, if you
go cheat on my mom, but don't eat my food.
Hey,
like, go sleep with my man, don't eat my food.
You're like, hey, te perdono if you're touching my man, but don't touch my food.
Yes, me. I was like, oh, I would be fucking mad too if I was Shakira. I would be fucking fuming.
Dude, I'm just like, the TikToks of like all these girls, the memes of like then measuring their food and like writing down.
Bro, now I'm gonna fucking start being suspicious. Not that I have anybody, but now, like...
Hey, that's crazy though, like the little things, like how she caught on to it.
Yes. Like, that, for me, it's like, that has to be so, like, it's just so bad to me, the fact that you find out that your man is cheating on you because your food starts diminishing,
that's
bro.
Crazy. Hey, but low-key though, I feel like I have noticed that too. Especially, like, because he wasn't eating certain things, right? Like, it was her food.
Oh,
because
I thought you mean you noticed that in your fridge. I was
no.
like, we need to go fucking jump out right now, bro?
No.
I'm ready. I got skinny girl margarita in me, bitch.
No. I'm saying, like, I feel like I had noticed because, okay, so, like, my sister, for the longest time, had this thing where if you touched her body sprays, like, she would know. Oh, because really? she would put out the labels, like, she would turn the label, like, a certain way. And, like, she would know if, like, her body spray is being used because if it was turned slightly or whatever. And, yeah. Like, she could tell if family members were using her stuff because of how things, like, she would like, her makeup products, her skincare, body spray.
Well, first of all, why are you using my makeup products and skincare? Like, bro, at least ask. Don't fucking just take it. That's just rude.
Yeah, and it's one thing when you ask people to, or like family members, like, hey, like, do you want to like buy this or order, you know, whatever, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna place an order, like, do you want to order some of this stuff? And they don't, but then you start finding out like that, like, certain family members are using your stuff.
Pues por eso no quieren ordenar, because they get it free with you, bro.
Yeah, so she would be like, hey, like, my stuff is being used because, like, she would put, like, her bottles, like, a certain way or whatever. And if si estaban volteadas even a little bit or misplaced, like, somehow or whatever.
Ella sabía.
Ya sabía.
She's like, who is using my body lotion?
Yeah. Hey, though, my sister's a little toxica, just a little bit.
Yeah.
She's one of those that, like, for her doing something like, you can't cheat on her. She would be one of those people that would be like, somebody been eating my peanut butter because I did not leave it right here. I did not turn it this way.
Start counting the water bottles she has. Who took a water bottle?
Oh my god, but that's crazy. And then with Miley, her song is so catchy.
It is. It has a really cool, like, both of them have like really good beats and everything like that. But Miley Cyrus, I feel like it's just the words just are so like, I don't know, and I feel like it's me gusta poquito más like probably Miley Cyrus, and the only reason why is because I feel like I could relate more.
Yeah.
Like the one with Shakira, it's like, yes, bash that man, like fuck him, you know? But like with Miley Cyrus, it's like, yeah, she's bashing on him, but I feel like I can relate to it. So that's why I'm like always
okay, pues a ver, share for los chismosos too.
I feel like most women and men have gone probably throughout through some situation where you got your heart broken either by cheating or by betrayal or anything like that, and you could kind of relate to that song. I don't know.
Yeah,
don't you think?
I mean, the times that I feel like, because I have been cheated on, and I feel like the times where I have been cheated on, actually, they told me to my face.
Hey, that's honest people.
I didn't even
like honest cheaters.
Honest cheaters.
¿Cómo dice el dicho? Ese no pido ¿cómo?
No pido permiso, pido perdón.
Yeah, that one.
Oh no, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission or something.
Yeah.
Okay. No. So what happened in my situation? I think so the first guy who cheated on me. And if anybody else cheated on me, there's only 2 instances that I know of. And if anybody else cheated on me, you got away with it because I don't know. But the first one, so I was breaking up with him. And he was like, that's why I cheated on you and this and this and that. And hurt people. So
yeah.
he was he was obviously hurt because I'm not cheating on him. I was breaking up with him and he was trying to hurt me back. So he's over here like, I cheated on you and this and this and that. He's like started telling me about all these girls that are finer than me and blah, blah. I'm like, perfect, go to them.
Bye. I've been trying to get rid of you.
Like, that's why I'm getting rid of you.
Yeah.
So he admitted it to me and I was like, okay, cool. I honestly didn't care because I kind of was already over him.
Yeah.
And then the second guy, he felt really, really guilty. Like the same day he owned up to it because he was like felt so guilty and he was like, it was like a mistake. Like, I think because we were also kind of going through a rough patch.
Yeah.
And I think like feelings.
There's no excuses.
No, it doesn't. But like, I think, the feelings got the best of him and like stuff like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not trying to make excuses for him or whatever. And he was like, there's no excuse either. But like, he was like, he felt really bad.
He owned up to it.
He owned up to it. Like, instead of trying to hide it, like, he owned up to it,
Yeah.
And I think he like more than made up for it.
Had some dignity to him. So,
yeah. And I mean, at the same time, I'm also a douchebag because I've cheated.
Oh. So you've been on both?
I've been on both sides.
Both sides. You were the cheater and you've been cheated on.
Yes.
So tell us, how was it like your experience being the cheater?
Okay. Okay, so the first time he I kind of was already like over him. Like
Wait, but did you emotionally or
okay, so I emotionally cheated. I emotionally cheated first, and then I physically.
I feel
cheated.
like women do that. To do that more. Like we check out kind of type thing, and we emotionally cheat, and then it comes a physical. When I feel like men are more like physical, and then emotional. If it gets that far with that person.
Yeah, it just I feel like I was already kind of checked out of the relationship, and I just felt kind of guilty. Like, I don't want to break up with him because I kind of felt bad. And so I had a really good friend at the time.
Oh, we love those friends.
Oh, we love those friends. The ones that you kind of like friend zone.
Yeah.
And because he had been friend zoned. Because he had, okay, so this guy had already told me that he had feelings for me, like, I think a few years back.
Oh, okay.
He had already told me, but we stayed but I friend zoned him. And we stayed friends, and then I was already with this guy, but it just like I was already mentally checked out of it, and I felt so bad. Like, I feel like any day I was gonna break up with him. But every time I wanted to, I felt so bad because at this point we were already going to different schools. Okay, like again, I was a teenager. We were going to different schools, and he would go out of his way to like go. He would take fucking 2 different buses and walk to come see me, like almost every day. He would come see me, and so I'm like, damn, he put in all this effort to come see me. I felt so bad for like wanting to break up with him. And so anyways, I had this friend, and I would just kind of like, ¿cómo se dice? Like when you're like sharing, I was like venting to him. Yeah. So it started that way. Like I started venting to him, and then that's how it starts. I started venting to him, and he obviously was a very good listener, and
and a very good kisser.
Yeah, and then it just turned into a little bit more, and then actually it was like, I think after I physically, because like I said, it started it was emotionally cheating, and then after it turned physical, that's when I was like, okay, I need to break up with this guy. I need to break up with this guy. Yeah. So I break up with this guy, and tell me why sometime after is I find out that this guy, and then I didn't feel bad afterwards, because sometime after I broke up with this guy, come to find out from guys who were his friends. Guys, watch out who your friends are. It's always the friends.
I'm sorry, yes. If you're a man listening to this,
yes,
let me just say, be careful who your friends are, because let me tell you, the times that I've had ex-boyfriends' friends hit me up.
It's happened to me too. And remember, like in the last episode when my ex and my friend or whatever started dating behind my back, I found out through his best friend. It was his best friend who told me. So male audience, watch out who your friends are.
Yes.
Because
they could be real close and they still try to get at your girl, or who was your girl.
I found out. So back to this story. One of his friends ended up telling me that he's over here sharing like private things about us. Like he was telling all the guys, all the dudes. All his friends, all the homies.
Oh, I fucking hate
he was telling them private things about us, and I was like, I'm fucking glad I dumped your ass. I'm so glad, because there was some stuff that was like, there's no way that this guy made it up. There was certain stuff that was private about us that there's no way he made it up. I was like, you can't. And it was so accurate. I was like,
oh no, te libraste.
I'm so glad I dumped his ass. And I'm glad I fucking cheated on you too. Te lo mereciste.
So that's the point of the cheater.
Yeah. And then
the perspective of a cheater, it ain't always that bad.
And the second time,
the second time.
There was a second time.
I forgot.
The second time, I feel like I was going through like depression, and I was going through some shit. Yeah. And I feel like I spiraled, and I didn't really know I feel like I didn't deserve anything. And a part of me was kind of like, I don't even deserve like being with this guy, because he was so good to me. And I was like, I'm over here, I was self-sabotaging. That's what it was. I was self-sabotaging because I was spiraling. I was going through a phase where I didn't know where my life was headed. I just feel like in that time and moment, I was trying to numb a lot of things. Yeah. And so when it happened, honestly, I broke up with my boyfriend at the time, like right away, because I was like, I owned up to it. I was like, hey, like this happened, and I'm going through some stuff, like we cannot be together. I owned up to it.
At least you didn't keep him hanging there. Yeah. But like, I feel like that self-sabotage can be like one of the biggest, how can I say this? Puede ser un traidor, because like you could have such a good thing, but subconsciously you don't think you deserve it. Mm-hmm. So somehow you fuck everything up. And I've been there. It sucks.
Wait, when you cheat, have you cheated?
I've emotionally cheated.
Oh yes, you did, sure.
I've emotionally cheated, and that I physically cheated, not that I can remember. Not that I can remember. But yes, I've emotionally cheated. And that's because like I think I wasn't getting from my partner like that emotional connection that I needed, mm-hmm. or like that support that I needed. And I found it with unfortunately a male best friend that I had at that time. So And
it's always the guy.
Yeah.
It's always the friend.
But I did end the things with that person before it
got physical.
Yeah, before it got physical, because I knew it wasn't right for them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
you're such a good person. So
not even I was over here like, I mean, at first no me daba cuenta that I was emotionally cheating. Like I no me daba, like, of course empezó como like confiándole like mis problemas and everything like that, and then it started like, oh, like at one point I started liking him, but I tried to tell myself, no, I don't like him. Like I have my boyfriend, I don't like him. And I still continued like that. So I'm not that great of a person. But, and then I came to a point where I had to be like really real. And I was like, damn, I'm putting this person's like heart on the line at this point. Like I'm literally going to break his heart. And I broke his heart.
Aww.
And I think that
okay, like even with other boyfriends, do you think that, have you ever wanted in other relationships, have you ever been in a situation where, I don't know if you want, I can't say you cheat by accident, I don't know, that's,
you know, some people say that you cheat by accident, but I don't think so.
You can't, I mean, you can't,
as long as you're an adult and you give consent, you don't, it's not an accident, it's a mistake.
It's a mistake.
It could be a mistake because you're like, oh shit, like,
well, like, have you seen that funny ass video of the girl was like, I had sex on accident?
What the fuck?
You haven't seen that video?
No.
I'm gonna have to pull up the video where the girl was like, her mom caught her, right? Her mom caught her having sex or something, and then she was like, tell the camera what you did, and she's like, I had sex on accident.
How does that happen?
No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can like physically cheat on accident. I think it's just it could be a mistake. Like you did it and you just
have to have like self-control.
Yeah, because there's always gonna be like, especially when it comes to physical cheating, girl, it's like somebody you're really probably attracted to, or you need your needs met or something like that. But I feel like that's when you have to have that open communication with your partner to, like, you know, settle those kind of things
Have
out.
you ever broken up with somebody because you knew you were going to cheat on them if you stayed with them?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, I mean, dinos.
Yes, because it's the same thing as the first one. Like, I wasn't.
So did you emotionally cheat on him too?
No, I didn't emotionally cheat because I kind of learned from the first one. So I kind of like, whatever. But I did, like, it was to a point where it's like, I found, like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, even though you find people attractive, it's like, oh, like, está guapo, but
yeah, no, for sure.
But it was to a point where, like, oh, shit, like
you were watching too closely.
Yeah, I was watching too much. No.
It's
and
like,
that's when I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Like, and then, like I said, it's when you're, like, my needs kind of weren't
being met.
Yeah, like, I wasn't, like, I hate to put it that way, but it's like, and even though I communicated some stuff, it was just, we were just not compatible in that certain way. And that kind of just.
Which one do you think is worse, emotionally cheating or physically cheating?
I personally think they're both really bad, like, both of them. I feel like they're both equal. There are some people that say that emotional cheating is a lot worse because you get, like, emotionally intertwined with that other person, which is a lot worse than just, like, physically.
I've also heard a lot of guys say that, like, they can separate emotion from, like, sex. They can, like, detach from it. And so, like, that's, I've heard like other podcasts too, where, like, dudes have been like, no, like, it's worse to emotionally cheat because when you physically cheat, they're like, we can detach emotion from it. So, like, they just need to get their dick wet.
Yeah,
like,
it's just, like, pleasure. That's all.
And like, to them, it's just pleasure. And even, like, I've heard stories about other guys, like, I'm not gonna say from where, but I've heard stories from other guys and friends or whatever where they, like, cheat on their girls and wives who have kids, cheat on their girls and wives and kids because, like, they just want to go get their dick wet, and then they still come home to girl and wife and kids or whatever.
Let me tell you, them married men. Oh, I was going through a season in my life. A season of my life, and let me tell you, I was attracting a lot of married men
That's fucking wild.
And not that no me decían nada. Like at first, they will not even say like, oh, you know, they were single and everything like that. One of them, I found out that he was like married because then his wife starts calling him on the phone repeatedly. It says wife on there, and I was like, you're fucking kidding me.
That's a trash.
One and then there was another time, but this one, it wasn't a wife. It was like a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Well. We were messing around, right? And then I find out that he has a girlfriend, and I try to hit up the girlfriend, and the girlfriend goes off on me, bro.
Stop!
And since that point, I was like, you know what? I'm never fucking doing that again. Like, I was over here trying to be a girl's girl. I was trying to be a girl's girl because I was like, shit.
But
like,
you had no idea?
I had no idea he had a girlfriend. I found out he had a girlfriend. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm cutting shit off with you. I find out who the girlfriend is. I hit her up. And I tell her, like, oh, like, I just want to let you know. Like, I had no idea. And I just found out I cut things with him. But here's everything. And she goes off on me. Basically blaming me that I was the problem.
Oh my god, I cannot. Like, you were trying to own up to your shit.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Okay, and I'm gonna fucking admit this to the public. So, when I was a kid, I was a teenager. Dude, it's all the story. Okay, era un poco de traviesa. Like, so I went through this phase when I was younger, and I used to catfish people.
I feel like we all did that. I had like a fake profile.
So I had a fake profile, and it was so funny. I took one of my sister's friends' fucking pictures. Like, I stole all her friends' pictures, like this one friend.
Yeah.
And she was so pretty. And I was like, I'm gonna pretend to be her. And I started like adding a whole bunch of people, and I catfished like dudes that I was cool with, dudes that I was friends with. And there was one. Yeah, I know. I was bored. Again, I was a douchebag. Yeah. And so I remember, like, I made this fake profile, and I'm over here, like, catfishing all these dudes, right? And there was one in particular who had a girlfriend. And I'm over here, like, messaging him, and, like, we're flirting, and he starts flirting back, this and that, and then he wants to talk on the phone. And so I had my other friend at the time, like, because he recognized my voice. Yeah. So I had another friend like talk or whatever. So he's like, so then this man starts talking to this girl, whatever, right? And this goes on for like, I want to say a couple weeks. Right? And then I was like, you know what? This is not right to the girl. So then I was like, I go up to this girl, which I was friends with. Yeah. Man, I'm a douchebag. I'm over here like setting him up in a way. Yeah. But at the same time,
if he did for it.
Yeah, he fell for it. If he did it with me, or like with my catfish profile, how many other girls was he like fucking around with? So anyway, so then I was friends with her and him. I was friends with both of them. Fuck, I'm over here fucking up relationships. So anyways, I go to this girl and I'm like, hey, like, I gotta tell you something. Like, I have to confide in you. I have to tell you the truth because this, whatever's been going on. So finally, I tell her everything. I'm like, hey, and like, here's the receipts. I gave her the receipts. I was like, here's everything. This is what's been going on. So. And she was like, she was so heartbroken, and she was like, I need to come over and see it for myself. So just having the receipts of the messages was not enough for her. Yeah. She's like, I have to come over, we need to look at this. So she like one day after school, she comes over, and then I'm like, go for it, like, here's the profile. So she signed in, and she like started a conversation with him, and of course he's flirting back, and she's like, hey, like, let's meet up. And he was like so down for it, like he was gonna cheat on his.
What? Did they meet up? And it was his girl?
No, so at one point, she's like, started crying, and she's like, I can't deal with this anymore. So she ended up leaving, and I guess she ended up calling him and confronting him over the phone. And I don't know what happened. I wasn't there because she left. But tell me why I go back to school and they're together. They're still together. After she confronted him and they went through their whole thing, I think he found out that we set him up. And after that, like, she then stopped talking to me. She stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, homegirl, I'm exposing your cheating boyfriend. You stayed with him and dropped me as a friend. Which, again, it was a douchebag move because I set him up. So I guess I kind of...
But he fell for it.
I was kind of a shitty friend. Yeah. But at the same time, he fell for it. You should have dropped both of us.
Like, let her know, bro. Like, what if you didn't let her know and you just were...
I just feel like she should have, if she dropped me, she should have dropped him for sure.
I know, but girls are like
I was
that,
like,
they don't
girl, I was trying to have your back. I know it was a shitty friend, but I was trying to have your back by telling you and then exposing your boyfriend, and then you went back to, and of course they didn't stay together. At último, like, he ended up fucking her over again, but I was like, girl, I could have saved you the heartbreak.
You see, nada por eso desde esa experiencia que tuve, bro, like, I found out, like, I've been in situations where, like I said, I find out later on that they have a girlfriend or, like, a wife, and I just cut it at that. I could go beyond and look for the wife and the girlfriend and everything like that, but because of that first experience that I had, with the girl fucking going at it with me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna step away and just not be a girl's. I mean, still be a girl's girl because I'm letting you be, but kind of just not say shit. And see.
So were there any other guys that you hooked up with and then later found out that?
Yeah. There's a total, like, I think of 3.
Oh my god. Why are guys trash? Yeah. Hey, not saying that the girls aren't, because I was a douchebag.
And it's like, it wasn't like totally like some, like, you know, it wasn't a total hookup, but like, let's say we were like started talking, telling me they're single, we started going on dates and everything like that, and yeah, and then I found out some way the universe just informs me.
That's so crazy.
Because hey, I think I won't find out, but bro,
yeah,
I'll find out.
Honestly, my mom had always said, la verdad siempre va a salir. She had always told me, like, the truth is always going to come out somehow.
Yeah.
And so, like, why hide shit?
Exactly. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go on our break, guys.
Holy crap. I can't believe it's been 30 minutes.
Cool. We'll be right back. Let me go take another 5 shots. And we are back. What were we talking about?
How men are trash. I'm just kidding.
Not all men.
Not all men.
I'm not one of those girls, because you know how girls are, it's like they get fucked over once and they're like, oh, men are trash. I don't think so. I think there's like so much, I feel like I've encountered more good men than bad men, honestly.
Yes.
So,
and some girls too, though. Some girls.
Yeah. Let's just say, I feel like girls hide it better, though.
You think so?
Yes, I feel like girls.
Hey, but you know what? I feel like there are some girls who les vale madre.
Yeah.
Like, they straight up, like, I've seen, not friends, but like acquaintances who, like, they cheated on their dudes or whatever, and les valió madre when they got caught. Like, they were like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you caught me. Oops. And they moved on.
What the fuck?
I was like, whoo.
What the fuck? Bro?
Yeah, that was definitely interesting, because there was this one friend, actually. Well, she wasn't a friend. She was kind of an acquaintance, but yeah. Her boyfriend was friends with, like, we had mutual friends or whatever, and one of the guys found out that his girlfriend was hooking up with this other guy. Like, we all went to the same school, first of all. And the guy knew that she was dating this guy, but then this guy...
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, she was messing around with, like, all these dudes, and I don't know if she knew they were friends.
She had to know.
But then they knew that he was dating. I don't know. But they all got together and they confronted her. And then...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they confronted her, all of them. And they all confronted, because one of them, or the boyfriend or whatever, was like, hey, like, let's meet up or whatever. And he came with the other guys that she was, like, cheating on him with. And they all confronted her, and that she was just kind of like, she played it off like she didn't give a shit. She was just like, oh, you guys caught me? Like, okay, cool. Like, whatever, like, le valió madre.
You see, it's not only some men that could be like pieces of shit, it could be women too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ava, I mean, it's because I guess you both... I don't know. There's no excuse, actually. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to give an excuse, because there's no excuse.
There's no excuse. Honestly, yeah. There's no excuse, but it is a mistake. You know, you make a mistake, and then there's situations where like you broke up with somebody before you knew you were gonna cheat on them.
Yeah.
Like, you knew that at some point, if you stayed with this person, you were gonna cheat on them. Yeah. So you broke up. Actually, what is the stupidest reason you've broken up with somebody for?
Bro.
Because I feel like that's a good reason to break up with somebody, right? Because it's okay. it's a good reason, but I'm not saying it's hard. Like, it's harsh.
Okay, this is the thing, and this is why I say I need a man that like has the same like ambition as me, that has the same drive as me. Because at this point, it was one of my boyfriends, right? We were talking and everything like that, and I was talking to him about like my dreams, and I was a little bit stressed at the time because I was trying to accomplish so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so little. And then he tells me, like, he literally looks at me and he's like, why are you doing too much?
He did not.
I checked out. Once he said that, I was like, okay.
Hey, but that's
I checked out.
No, that's not a stupid reason to break up with. I think that's a good reason to break up with somebody. But I feel like a
lot of people, I don't feel it's a stupid reason, but it was like, I knew immediately. I was just like, you're not the one. Bye. Bye next.
Did you break up with him like immediately? Like
I had to think because I'm like, oh, Edith, don't fucking. I actually kept quiet because I was like, I'm gonna pop off on this man. Like, this man is gonna hear from me. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just like simmer down. I stayed quiet the whole ride back home and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, I like broke up with him. I was like, you know what? This is not gonna work out.
I feel like that's a good reason to break up with somebody though, because I feel like one of my exes too, like I broke up with him because he was not ambitious at all. Like, I get it, like we were teenagers, but like you have to have some idea of what direction you want your life to go in. And even if you don't know what job or career you want, it doesn't matter. You have to have an idea of what you want your life to be like. Exactly. If someone tells you what kind of life do you want to have in 20 years, you kind of have to have an idea, like in 20 years,
exact plan,
it doesn't have to be in a plan, but you have to have an idea, like, oh, I might want to have a wife. Or like, even if I don't have a girlfriend right now, or I might want to have kids, or I might want to have a car, or I might want to have a house. Even like basic stuff like having housing. Yeah. You know?
Something, bro. Like, and like, give me something. Yeah. And when he told me that, I was like, okay, we're obviously not gonna be, because that's the thing about it. I had already experienced relationships where the ambition drive, like it wasn't there. Like, we weren't matching. He was over here and I was over here, and you knew that. Like, you could see how it went bad for me.
He was dimming your light.
Yes, he was dimming my light. So I was like, never again is that going to happen. So in the instance, whenever, that's like a red flag to me. Whenever a man, like, I feel like...
It's not ambitious?
Yeah. I'm just like, no, I'm out.
Sorry, people.
Yeah,
Edith has an issue with hitting her mic.
Yeah, I know. My hands. I talk with my hands a lot, that's why. But yeah, I'm like, no, I'm out. Like,
but that's a good reason to break up.
Out. But that's the thing about it. Sometimes I don't give people the benefit of the doubt. I just, like, at the first instance that you give me an inkling of you not having, like, dreams or ambitions, I'm like, no. I'm working on it.
No, but I
feel like a lo mejor con el tiempo la gente se revela más.
But sometimes, like, I feel like I don't think you should base your relationship on potential. Because some people sometimes you could be like,
preach.
Sometimes you could be like, oh, but it's because he has potential.
No.
And then you're like 5 years in, and then you're like, he has potential. I'm like, homegirl, you're way past the potential part. Like,
if there's one thing, and the most important piece of advice that I could give men and women, mostly women, because I feel like women date more for potential than men, is this, okay? And I don't remember who was a wise person who told me this, but thank God to them, because I literally, since I received this advice, I've dated so much better. Men usually date women as they are in that same moment. So if they never change, if they never whatever, you know, they like them as a person they are at that exact moment, okay? Women usually, like, have this idea of the potential of the man. So they're not really...
He could be this.
Yes, he could be this. So they don't really like him as the man he is right now, because maybe he's like not something
maybe
they want.
Maybe he's looking for a job
but
right now.
He could be this. Yeah. And they fall in love with the potential. And that's how you get your heart broken, because you cannot change a person. You cannot make them like do whatever you want them to do. So like unless you really like that person for who they are at that exact moment in time, like if they never changed, like, would you still be with that person? Like, fuck potential. Like, stop seeing that potential. If they never change, would you still like that person?
That's insane.
And that's how you stop getting your heart broken.
That's very good. That's very good advice. And you're Edith, you're gonna make our audience go deaf.
I know, how bad.
That's very good advice. Don't pay attention to potential. Look at who they are, like, at this very moment.
Yeah, because potential is based on you. It's not based on that person. It's based on the idea of what you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you can't change somebody. Believe me, man, girl, and whoever's listening, you cannot change somebody unless they want to change to themselves. So,
wow, you're over here preaching.
I've learned a thing or two.
No, I love that, girl. Damn, that was so good. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna ask you something. Y se me fue la onda.
Damn, I kind of lost my train of thought too.
Okay, so back to the original question. Damn. I was like, what's the stupidest reason why you've broken up with somebody? But you went on this whole thing on what's a good reason to break up with somebody.
Okay.
I feel like a good reason to break up with somebody is if they don't have ambition, because that's one of the reasons why I broke up with one of my exes, because he had no idea what he had no direction in life, and his potential was no longer enough for me, because I feel like I got to the point, and I was a teenager. What did I know? But still, at the same time, I was so ambitious to the point where I was with him for, I ended up being with him for like 8 months. And then at 8 months, I came to the conclusion where I was like, your potential, because he could have done great things. Like, he was a great person. He was so nice. He was so sweet. And he could have done great things. But his potential was no longer good enough for me. I was like, boy, you gotta know what you want. You are. I was like, it's just not like we're drifting apart,
and that's completely okay.
It's okay, but it's a good reason to break up with somebody.
You have to be like, exactly. You have to be aware of what you want and what you don't. That's when you have to be very assertive. If you want something serious, if you don't, then I mean, by all means, go fuck around. But
okay, but now what's the stupidest reason why you broke up with somebody?
Okay, so we weren't like completely in a relationship. It was more so a situationship that I ended because it kind of gave me the ick.
Okay, what was the ick?
This is gonna sound so superficial, but keep in mind, this is younger Edith.
Okay.
This is younger Edith. Okay. I didn't like the car or truck they were driving. I'm not gonna say it. You ended. I'm sorry. I feel bad for that. But yeah.
I don't like your whips.
So I'm just gonna remove myself from this.
Wait, so you don't want to say what kind of car it was?
Nope.
Was it a hoopty? Was it a hoopty or like?
I'm just gonna say car/truck.
Okay.
Because I feel like that person can pinpoint who they were.
If she says what kind of car, truck, or whatever it is, and you're in Vegas.
Oh my God. No me la acabo, no me la.
I'm so done.
But that was me before.
Okay.
Now I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Oh, you almost make me cry over here.
I haven't been put in that situation again, so yeah.
That's freaking hilarious. So the dumbest reason. The dumbest reason why I broke up with somebody, and again, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I feel like the only dating experience I have is like when I was a teenager. Anyway, so I broke up with this guy because, you want to know why?
Yeah.
I broke up with a guy because he called me Cookie.
Ew! I would fucking break up with him too. The fuck?
And
Ew!
Okay, one thing
that gave me the ick, the instant ick.
I remember the first time he called me Cookie.
Wait, so he called you multiple times?
Yeah.
Or you broke up?
I was trying to see if it would grow on me, cause like,
ew.
I really was into him, and I was like, he was so good looking, and I was really into him, and then he called me.
Llámame Concha, pero no Cookie.
And so one thing about me, yo nunca he sido bien cariñosa. Like, I've never been, which is weird, because Val changed that.
Physical touch is not your love. Was it your love language?
not really. Physical touch, no. And like not only that, but like nunca sido like bien. What's the word, like cutesy? Like I've never been one like for example
have those like names.
Those little names, which is totally different now. Yeah. But like I was never one to like have little cutesy names, and like I was not one for PDA. Like I didn't really like public display of affection, if you don't know what PDA is. But I was not into that. Like and kind of till this day, like I'm not really into that. Like well, like for example, like Val and I like hold hands and stuff, and we'll like kiss like a little peck, but we're not gonna full blown make out in front of like a ton of people. You
like
know,
when we went to Senior Frogs and that couple is just
oh my god,
yes,
they're like eating each other's faces.
I'm like, great.
I'm not. I'm
here single.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not one for PDA. I'm not one for like and growing up, like I don't know, like I feel like maybe my childhood trauma, I've never been showed enough affection. Affection, okay, oh, that's what it is. Affection made me feel uncomfortable. Oh. And like I feel hasta la fecha, when people cry to me, I feel uncomfortable.
You're just like,
I don't know what to say, but I feel like I've definitely learned.
Feel better.
I've learned, because I have had people cry to me, and I, you know, like have tried my best to make them feel better, but at the same time, like for a long time, I was one of those people that don't cry to me because I don't know what to say. I don't know.
So this goes out to everybody who has cried to Angel and you felt like she was very awkward. It wasn't you.
It wasn't you. It was me. It wasn't a you problem. It was me.
It was her.
So anyways, the first time, and like I think I would have been okay if he called me like babe or whatever, but he
babe
called
is a normal one.
Yeah, it's a normal one, but he called me cookie, and it just irked my soul. Like I was like, okay, and like I tried to see if it would grow on me, and he just kept calling me cookie, and I didn't like it. And instead of telling him that, I just broke up with.
That's a valid reason.
I just broke up with him, and I'm like, I can't, because he kept calling me cookie. And you know what's the irony of all of this?
Don't tell me you get called cookie now.
No.
Oh.
He calls me muffins.
So he was just calling you the wrong food name. That's all he was doing. He just got it wrong.
He was calling me the wrong food.
Bro.
Because Val calls me muffin now. And like he be calling me like little cutesy names now, like, or I love it when he calls me princess.
I like that one too.
He calls me princess, babe, baby. All of those are like the norm. Okay, babe, baby. He's called me princess. Like now he'll call me like, and he'll call me muffins too. And or like Chub Muffin. I call him Chub Muffin too.
I've heard Chub Muffin before.
But yeah, so I don't know. And like I don't know. I'm Muffin now. And I like it.
She just didn't like cookie. Whoever her ex was. It's just, you called her the wrong pastry, bro.
But maybe it was just, you know what? I think because I love him. Yeah. And it just honestly it's different. It's different. And it didn't irk me too. Yeah. It just didn't irk me, and like I love it.
Because I feel like when you really are into somebody, like you don't get that many icks from that person. Like they could like do some,
and I think that's like what love is, right? Like I feel like when you love somebody, like you see, like I feel like you see past people's flaws too.
Yeah, because when you don't, let me tell you, bro, like
yeah. But when I say that, when you're in love with somebody and you see past people's flaws, I'm not saying to ignore red flags.
And please, it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Please do not ignore red flags, because let me tell you, and this is not because of my personal experience, but like I've seen this like in like my sister dating and like other people and friends.
And me, bitch.
Yes. Do not ignore red flags, because let me tell you, red flags in dating can become black holes in marriages. Especially like
snapping.
People will ignore all these red flags, right? And then they get like married, and then like these red flags are going to be magnified. Or especially people who think that by having a baby, like if they're, even if they don't decide on getting married, and they decide, like they see all these red flags and it's such a toxic relationship, and they decide that by having a baby it's gonna fix all these things. No, people, it's gonna magnify these problems.
So let me come into that, because that's fucking great advice. Another thing, okay, if you're gonna have a kid with somebody, okay, whoever you choose, and this goes both for men and women, okay, look at your partner. If you're completely okay with your kid being exactly like your partner, then that's the right person. But if you don't see your kid being exactly like your partner because you don't like how they are, then don't have that baby with them.
Preach.
I'm done.
I was like, wait, does she have more to say?
No. Skinny girl vodka.
Oh God. Honestly, I feel like it doesn't. I don't know if I can keep drinking that.
Yeah,
it's
interesting.
And honestly, it hasn't been hitting like the tequila.
No, I feel like it's just making my brain foggy.
Yeah,
like it's not like I'm not like drunk. It's just making my brain foggy. It's weird. Yeah. It's okay. I guess it's healthy. Whatever.
It's equivalent to a salad, right?
Huh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm over here like calculándole las calorías. 3 and a 5.
And we're back. Girl. Oh my God. Sorry guys for that rude interruption.
That skinny girl.
That skinny girl.
I don't know what you like gave me. I feel like I'm like,
I think we're
not even high on life, bro.
We're gonna have to go back to tequila, because I think that made our brains a little foggy.
Yeah.
We got a little off topic, and we were like, at one point, like, sorry guys, we like cut this out, but we looked at each other and we're like, girl, what are we even talking about?
Like, I don't know if we were even talking English at that point. We were like, hey. I'm like, yeah,
hey. But you know what? I think we're just gonna call it.
Yeah,
because
I feel like that thing got to us, and we can't think. Like, I can't use my brain right.
Note to self: don't drink skinny girl margarita.
Fucks you up, and not in a good way.
And not in a good way, because we were talking, and at one point we were like, "Girl, what are we talking about?"
I swear to you, I can't even remember if we were speaking English.
Hey, but let us know if we made some good points.
Yes, leave a comment down below.
I love it when you guys
related to something.
Yeah, let us know if you related to anything, and I love it when you guys give us feedback. Or I love feedback, and I also love it when you guys engage with us and like, hey, like if you guys comment on something that we said or whatever.
Because we take time to read every comment.
We do,
and we like make sure to like reply specifically. Like, we don't have like a generic reply. We literally read every comment. We try to personalize every reply.
And sometimes, like, you know, there are comments where
like
si fue nomás un emoji, like,
of course we say like oh, we did the same
we did. Okay, I think that's a sign for us to like get off of this thing.
Yes.
So you guys, amigos, friends, go enjoy your Monday morning.
And go listen to some Miley Cyrus and Shakira right now.
Yes. Praise those queens.
And have a great rest of your week.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your week. And we had a fun time. Unfortunately, Skinny Girl Margarita got to us.
Yeah. Skinny Girl Margarita 1, Edith and Angel 0. Damn.
All right.
Did you already say that to follow us on Instagram? I don't remember.
I think we mentioned it in the beginning.
Oh, damn.
But let's say it again.
Yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram, because we're, like I said, that's where we're most active on. TikTok as well, because obviously we have like, it's really fun over there too. And then our personals too, if you want to keep up with us personally. Yeah. So.
And comment, subscribe, like. Don't be those people that want to
engage.
No
sean más chismosos, oigan. At least leave us a like.
Anyways, it was a good time. So, que Dios los bendiga. Cuídense. Besitos.
Besitos.
Adiós.
Bye.